Hello, I'm Kimberlie, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Native News Update. It's Friday, September 18th, and many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The Obama administration has agreed to pay more than 600 tribes and tribal agencies a proposed $940 million agreement to settle a decade-old claim that the government failed to adequately compensate tribes while they manage education, law enforcement, and other federal services. The Interior Department announced the proposed agreement in Albuquerque on September 17th, along with the leaders from the Oglala Sioux tribe, Zuni Pueblo, and Rama chapter of the Navajo Nation. These are among the lead plaintiffs in the contract dispute lawsuit filed in 2012 that was brought before the U.S. Supreme Court, where the justices ruled for the tribes. They had argued underfunded federal contracts dating as far back as 1970s often left them to face shortfalls as they tried to meet critical needs in their communities, ranging from health services to housing. The settlement still must be approved in federal district court, but the Interior's proposed payout would represent the latest in a series of recent major settlements addressing years of legal disputes between tribes and the federal government. Interior Secretary Sally Jewell said she expects the case would be fully settled in 2016 if there weren't any appeals. Native American activists were given an opportunity to address the City Council of Oklahoma City on September 15th about their desire for a resolution to be considered and hopefully passed changing what the city and nation observe as Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day. If the resolution is passed at a future council meeting, it would make Oklahoma City the fourth major city in the United States to replace the Columbus Day observance, held on the second Monday of October, to Indigenous Peoples Day. In Oklahoma, tribal nations throughout the state have already changed Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day, or names that celebrate tribal contributions to Oklahoma and the U.S. Among the major cities which have recently changed from Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day include Seattle, Minneapolis, and St. Paul, Minnesota, and small towns like Alpena, Michigan. And on September 14th, the city of Onondaga, Oklahoma, passed its own resolution recognizing Indigenous Peoples Day. 4 states also recognize Indigenous Peoples Day, including Oregon, Alaska, and Hawaii, while South Dakota refers to it as Native American Day. The Intertribal Friendship House is one of the only community centers for Native Americans in the entire San Francisco Bay Area. It was created in 1955 during the time of the Indian Relocation Act, when the government moved tens of thousands of Native Americans from their rural homes across the country to cities like Salt Lake City, Denver, Chicago, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. The program was designed to bring Native people out of poverty on the reservation and give them access to the opportunities of city life. The Intertribal Friendship House has become a home away from home for Native Americans ever since. Although 2 or 3 tribes share several rural reservations around the country, the Intertribal Friendship House is unusual in that it sees people from more than 100 different tribes, with about 8,000 people participating in their programs every year. The Intertribal Friendship House turns 60 this year, and youth organizers are making sure that the house stays open for future generations. The Onondaga Nation, one of the 6 nations of the Iroquois, became the first Indigenous nation to host a major international sporting event when they welcomed teams from 13 countries for the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships. Oren Lyons, a faith keeper of the Turtle Clan on the Onondaga Council of Chiefs and one of the event organizers, sees it as an opportunity for Iroquois to unite the world. The Iroquois, spread between New York, Ontario, and Quebec, are made up of the Onondaga, Mohawk, Oneida, Cayuga, Seneca, and Tuscarora nations. As the creators of the sport, the Iroquois compete in international lacrosse events with their own national team. Ranked second in indoor lacrosse behind Canada, the Iroquois Nationals are hosting the World Championships for the first time in the event's 12-year history. Cherokee Nation citizen Pat Gwin has rescued bald eagles, started a native plants garden, restored 100 acres of coal mine land, and sent heirloom seeds to more than 10,000 Cherokees all over the world. Plus, he has helped clean up 2 Nuclear Regulatory Commission sites, tested for endangered species on tribal land, kept an electronic database of the tribe's natural resources and land-based counting, and worked with the Cherokee ranchers to raise locally grown beef products for Cherokee senior nutrition centers. For his 23 years working at the Cherokee Nation, promoting and preserving its natural resources, Gwin has been named the 2015 American Indian Science and Engineering Society's Professional of the Year. He will accept the national award at the AISES National Conference in Phoenix on November 21st. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.